The Heilige Reb David Lelover, when he was a young boy, he was by the Chayza of Lublin. That's where he began. And in those days, no one really relied on the post office. I'm not even sure if there was a post office. But if you really wanted to make sure that a letter reached someone, you'd have to go there yourself or send it with a shaliach that you trusted to make sure they would deliver whatever needs to be delivered. And here the Reb David of Lelover is sitting in the Beis Midrash of the Chozeh of Lublin, and in walks a person that says, I am married to a woman and I have 10 children and they live in the town of Pietrekov. And I'm not going to be back for a while, but I need this letter to get to my wife. So Reb David of Lelover thought to himself, Pietrekov is actually on the way from Lublin to Lelover, and he's going to be heading home soon to Lelover. He will be the one to take this letter and deliver it to this Rav's wife. So he takes the letter, and when he arrives at the home of this family, he had heard already that this Rav had 10 children, but he only saw 9 children when he walked into the house to deliver the letter. So he asked, he said, where's the 10th child? And the 10th child was the oldest daughter of this Rav from Pietrekov, and never she was paralyzed. And back in those days, there were no wheelchairs or crutches. When you were paralyzed, you never left bed. So Reb David of Lelover says, can I just see her also for a second? And he goes to her room, and he leaves, and he says, you should all be gesund, you should all be healthy, and he leaves. This Rav of Pietrekov eventually comes back to his house about a month later, and lo and behold, he sees all his 10 children greet him, including the daughter that was paralyzed her whole life. He asked the children, what happened? How could this be? So they answered back, they said, well, you wouldn't believe it, but there was someone that came and delivered a letter in your name. And when he left, he just basically said to us, very nonchalantly, he said, you should all be gesund, you should all be healthy, and he left. And after he said those words, you should all be healthy, I started feeling my legs, the daughter said. I got out of my bed, and I started walking. Not only did I start walking, I started dancing from such joy, and I haven't been able to stop dancing since then. You know what it is? When someone really believes in their own words, like Reb David of Lelover believed in his own words, those words become real. There's a kiyum, there's an existence to the words. So when he said, you should all be healthy, at that moment, he believed with every ounce of his being in the bracha that he gave. And this shaliach that was supposed to just come and deliver a letter, delivered much more than that. May we be privileged to believe in our tefillahs, to believe in the words that come out of our mouth, and help bring healing to the whole world.